What's a happening, nerds? This is John Nerding Out with Cards. And if you're watching this, I just want to let you know I appreciate you. Unfortunately, this really sucks. Uh, I've seen a couple posts, one from John Mangini, one from Stuke, and then of course there's a bunch of messaging going around that Steve over at Rev Steve's Cards passed away. Um, Today, when I got home from work, it was shortly thereafter. A mutual friend of ours, Jeff, fine collector, messaged me, wanted to know if I heard the news, and it's dumb, right? We all follow sports and things like that. So my first inclination is to like go on ESPN or something, and I thought that maybe like Ozzie Smith had passed away. I would say this is worse. I mean, Ozzie Smith is like an idol, so to speak. Steve is somebody who I knew. I was fortunate enough because of Kelly over at Card Blitz. We got to do a video with Steve. But both he and I were YouTube class of 2025. He, he started like a month or two before I did, so he's been on here for about a year. And he's one of those channels that like every time a new video pops up, I get a notification and I watch it. I love it. Um, uh, Before I go any further, because I know how the YouTube works and stuff and the videos and everything, but there's a GoFundMe account for Steve and his family. I'll put the link down below. Uh, Contribute if you can. Um, I believe that the card community is really showing out already, so that's it's really great to see. Um, but uh, yeah, I mean, Steve was one of my favorite guys here on the YouTube, right? I mean, it's we get all worried about the analytics of our channels. We get all worked up about the different things that are going on in the hobby. If fuck if it's moments like this. That shit don't matter. Um, in case you don't know, like Steve has got a wife, 4 kids. It's damn life isn't fair. He's a reverend. He's a man of God. And I think if like if he were here, he would have those like words of wisdom. You know, put things into perspective. I'm not that. Um, ugh. But it's funny. I really connected with Steve. Like I said, I loved his channel. Um, it's he and I were the same but different. There was a saying on the boat. Uh, I don't really understand the why behind it, but it's like same but different. I don't know if that was a pop culture thing or not, but like I'm a Cardinals fan, and he's a Pirates fan. He he had a Manny Sanguian collection. I loved watching, him collect Manny Sanguian. I remember, when he got his first Manny Sanguian Venny, and so here's my Ken Boyer Venny. And why do I show that? Because I would tell him this. It was his Ken Boyer, his Manny Sanguian collection. I I felt a kinship, or to my Ken Boyer collection. Um, because they're not, neither are in the Hall of Fame, but important to their teams, like all that good stuff. So like when he was collecting Manny Sanguian, I just felt that connection through my Ken Boyer collection. You know, he's a big Ricky Henderson guy, and I'm a big Ozzie Smith guy. And both of them, their careers overlap so much, so we're collecting a lot of the cards from the same sets. Recently, he got into the whole Mag Pro thing and got a label done up by Jeff, just like I did here. And Roberto Clemente's a Pirates guy too. So I, the I don't know how the YouTube works, right? So all of the videos that he's done over the last year, do they get to live in perpetuity? Do we get to go back and watch them? I really hope so. I hope so for his family. We talk about what are we gonna do with their cards. Not gonna say it. I hope that his family, like watches his channel and can go back and watch all those videos and value his cards and keep them. It's he did that video on coffee, and a while back he had talked about coffee, and I showed him my coffee mug. he he, he thought that was kind of gross. But he did that video about coffee, and I asked him to send me some, and we ran out of time. But uh, we I don't know what to say. We were just friends here via the YouTube because of baseball cards. But I'm gonna miss you, Steve. And I think I'm gonna end it there. Like I said, the GoFundMe account's gonna be down below. If you can, help out his wife and kids. God, that's gonna hurt. Like I said, I appreciate y'all.